Hello everybody, Raven Knight here. It's that time again. We're done with October, moving into November, and that means it's time for a monthly update video. Now guys, I love doing these videos because it's an opportunity for me to take a look back at last month and think about all the things that went well or bad, and then take a look at the upcoming month and share with you guys what all I've got planned and what's going to happen. And as many of you will know, sometimes I don't get to do everything I really want to do in the upcoming month or the things that I announce, but having a plan or an idea of what you want to do is always very important, and that's going to be a common theme you see from me in these monthly update videos. Talking about regrets, talking about hopes, talking about aspirations. That's what I really want to do here, and I'm so excited to be jumping out of October and into November, even though I do kind of miss the spooky holiday. But hey, you know what? The Halloween event for Honor is still going on a little while longer, so keep playing, guys, and I'll be there with you. But all that out of the way, let's talk about November. And before we can get into November, you know what we got to do first, guys? We got to do the typical shell. So, those of you who are new to my channel, I welcome you to the Raven Knight channel. I want to tell you first of all that I have a second channel called The Raven's Writing Room, where I talk specifically about literature stuff, biblical stuff. I talk about a lot of stuff on my second channel. If you want to check that out, the link will be in the description. I would love for you to go over there and subscribe. It would mean the world to me. You can go there to check out all kinds of really cool stuff. You got the Raven Lord lore. You got Death's Diary, which is a story about if the angel of death had a diary. You got the Raven's Writing Room, where I talk about writing advice. We got the Journey to the West audio reading. That's right. If you want to hear the full book of Journey to the West, you can hear it there. I do a Bible study series that I try to do every week or every other week, and I'm currently on the book of Romans. We got Troy and Frost, which is a story I've been writing with my buddy Jay. Got story sharing, where I basically tell you about my old story and story concepts. You got fantastical history, where I talk about like if fantasy races and creatures were real and in history. And we've got Rhetoric and Fallacies, which is a series I'm still working on how I want to approach. But there's a lot of really cool stuff on that channel. Would love for you guys to go check it out. Again, that link is in the description. I also want to let you know, if you're new to the channel, that this channel is 100% sponsored by you guys. I am not sponsored by anybody, and you guys are my primary source of income for this channel. So if you guys want to help me out and support the channel, there are a few ways you can do it. Of course, you can subscribe, which helps out the YouTube algorithm. You can donate via Super Chat and live streams, which I do every week. And we also have a Teespring store where you can buy some really awesome merchandise. You can see some of it floating across the screen now. Got some really cool shirts, mugs, drinks, a backpack. Got some really awesome stuff and some brand new stuff that just hit the Teespring store this month. Already, guys, I've seen some guys purchasing that new merchandise. It's amazing. Thank you guys so much. It means the world to me. Go check it out if you haven't yet. It's an awesome Teespring store. The link will be in the description. And I also have a Patreon page where you can go and you can donate up to $1 a month at least. And you know, that doesn't sound like a whole lot, guys, but it means a great deal to me and it really helps me out. So all those are ways you can support the channel. It would mean the world to me if you took the time to check it out. Thank you guys so much. And now, before we continue, I want to take a brief moment to thank two of my really close friends who make this channel possible. Their names are Hannah and Jay. Hannah has been a friend of mine for a very, very long time. We met a long time ago, and she is just a spectacular friend and person overall. She's an artist, and you can see some of her art flowing across the screen now. She's done some amazing work. She's the one who designed a lot of the Raven chibis. She draws a lot of the art that I use for thumbnails, and yes, a lot of that art is female, and a large part of that is because of a joke between us that goes back way when we first met. She just likes to draw me as a girl a lot, and a lot of that's because she likes drawing female designs, and she does a really good job of it, which I can't deny, and I'm sure y'all can't deny either. She just does a fantastic job. She isn't taking commissions right now, but she is always open to support. So if you want to go check out her stuff and give her that support, she has an Instagram page. The link will be in the description. Go check it out, show her some love, and tell her how much you appreciate what she does for this channel. Genuinely, I mean this. She draws so much for this channel and for me that I highly doubt that this channel could go on without her art and her contribution. Thank you, Hannah, so much for what you do. I really appreciate it. And then there's Jay. Jay and I met a little bit more recently. I think it was about 2 or 3 years ago. And Jay and I grew very close because we are actually accountability partners. And in a Christian sense, what that means is that we're both Christian young men and we both share a faith in God. And whenever we have an issue or a spiritual struggle, we come to each other and we talk about it and we work it out together. He's someone I very much value as a friend and a spiritual guide. I hope he sees me the same way. But more than that, he's also a comic book artist. artist. Yes, he is a professional comic artist. You can see some of his art flowing across the screen. He's done some comics for commission. He's drawn all kinds of really cool concepts and designs. He's the one who drew the original Ravenlord design. So the image that I use for some of my videos and for a lot of my response videos, he drew those. He also drew a lot of stuff for the upcoming Teespring store merchandise. He's the one who drew the recent Reaper Raven image. He's drawn so many really awesome things for this channel, and I don't even have to pay him for it. He does it because he wants to support me in the channel, which means the world to me. But unlike Hannah, he is taking commissions right now because this is his primary form of income. So if you want to commission Jay and help support him and get some really awesome art out of it, check out his Instagram page. That's where you can reach him. That link will also be in the description. He just does such an awesome job, guys. And again, I don't think I could do this channel without him because of what he adds and what he offers to the channel. It just means the world to me that he is my friend and that he's willing to do it. Hannah and Jay, I couldn't do this channel without you guys, whether it's from art or just from your support of me. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for what you do. And now, with all that out of the way, and now you know where all the links are, let's get into the update, starting with the personal stuff. I want to just say, guys, to start off, October was awesome. Had some really cool stuff go on in October and some really bad stuff. I don't want to dwell on the negative. I try to be positive in these videos, but I will mention briefly that a few things didn't go quite my way. Due to some medical issues, I was really out of it for a little while, so you'll notice that some videos were a little slower to come out and I was a little slow certain weeks. That was due to some medical issues, but I think we've got a lot of that figured out now ever since I had my doctor's appointment late last month. So things seem to be going a lot better now. I feel a little bit better. I know I got the cold, like I said before, but you know, it's just one of those things that I just got to deal with and get through, but I will get through it. I also got rejected. Yeah, I asked a lovely young lady out that I'd been interested in for a while, and I got turned down. And yeah, you know, that's the way it rolls sometimes. Sometimes that do be how it happens. I'm okay with it. I'm not hurt. I'm not crying about it. It was a little painful, but we're cool. We'll move on. But let's talk about some of the positive stuff. Let's move on from the negative. Let's talk about some of the positive stuff. Thanksgiving holiday is coming up. Very excited for Thanksgiving. It's a great time to spend time with family. Now, I will say Thanksgiving means that I won't be doing many videos in that holiday time frame because, you know, I got family to visit with, so you can expect a break at that point. But before that, I'll be working on some video stuff. You can count on it. I'm also continuing my spiritual walk. Like I said, I'm doing my Roman series on my other channel, and doing that Roman series has really helped me a great deal. I'm in a discipleship fellowship group. I've been reading the Bible so much more in depth than I think I ever have before. It's very fascinating just how much this has changed me and how much it's pushing me. I really hope that you guys will get something out of it too. Again, go check out that series. I've been working on it for a while. I'm working on the next part of it. It's going to be awesome. I'm really looking forward to that. Also, I'm working on the TEFL, and I will say that this is kind of a bummer. The TEFL is my class or series of classes that I'm taking to become a teacher of English to people who speak a foreign language. My goal is to go to East Asia. I was aiming at Japan, but I've also got an opportunity in South Korea too, so I'm starting to wonder where I'll end up. But more to the point, it's been going a lot slower than I would have liked. The follow-up lessons have been much more difficult to get through. Plus, with all the medical stuff that's been going on, I've been very much distracted and haven't been able to deal with that as much as I would like. So, hey, you know what? Things like that happen, but I'm starting to catch up now. I'm managing to get things back in order, so hopefully I'll be done by the deadline. If not, hey, you know what? It can be a little bit later. It's all good. But that's all the personal stuff. That's all the stuff that you can expect in the personal category. Before we move on to what you can expect from the channel, let's talk about streaming schedules. So, as you all know, Fridays are dedicated to For Honor. Those are For Honor Friday streams, obviously. Now, Saturdays have been Mass Effect days. I have done Mass Effect, and I'm working on a Mass Effect 3. When I finish Mass Effect 3, I may do Andromeda. I have to think about it. We will see. Sundays have been Persona 5 days lately because Lark has had his Bible studies on Thursdays. However, Lark's Bible studies have been canceled indefinitely on Thursdays because the other people in the group have not been able to come. So we might move Persona 5's back to Thursdays. I don't know. We may keep it Sunday. I haven't decided yet. I really need to think about it. It's a difficult situation to think about, and I will talk to Lark about it to see what he needs, and I will let you guys know whatever we choose to do. But know that is the way it is going to be for the time being. For Honor Friday, Mass Effect Saturday, Persona 5 Sunday. And yes, when we finish Persona 5 Royal and Mass Effect, we'll move on to other games, but for now, we're going to finish those two up. Okay? Awesome. So that is the streaming schedule. You all now know. Mark it on your calendar. Let's move on to games. Let's start with For Honor. Deceit Title 2 update thoughts. I love it. This has been an absolute stellar season. It's really weird how the last 2 Halloween seasons we've had with For Honor have just been blowing it out of the park. With the Jorogumo season last year and the Baigu Jing season this year, it's been awesome. And it's like I said, guys, in my previous videos, when For Honor takes the time to really analyze and explore a culture from the factions, they can do some awesome stuff. And I think that that's presented very, very well in this season. So I think that everything is going well. The event game mode is very fun. I think my only criticism is there's not enough reward to play it. I think there should be some exclusive rewards to it. I think it's awesome that they're keeping the Baigu Jing armor set. They're going to keep that, but it's only for the event game mode, guys. So if you haven't gotten it yet for John Who, get cracking. Now, I've had a lot of people ask, what's the rarity and how do you get it? The rarity is Rep 7 or higher. And how you get it, I would recommend using scavenger crates. You can technically scavenge the battlefield for it, but I just use scavenger crates because it went a lot faster that way. But try to get it as soon as you can. For Honor said that the For Honor dev said that they'll keep it in, but only for the event game mode. So please, please, please get it while you can. It's awesome. Alright, so with all that out of the way, let's talk about the Executions Graded series. I'm taking a break from that. I will do the Universal Executions, but I'm taking a break because I've done a lot of those recently and I want to try exploring other things in For Honor before I get back to that. But don't worry, I will do the Universal Executions. I mean, after all, since For Honor added that new filter system for Universal Executions, I'll definitely be taking a look at that, so don't worry, that will happen. Now, people are wondering where the lore discussions have been. I kind of slowed down on those. I will gladly talk more about the lore in future videos. I've already got a plan to talk about the Harbinger year and why I think that was one of the best years of For Honor. And I also will probably end up breaking down all of the For Honor lore as a whole, like from the very beginning of the For Honor lore all the way up to now. But I'm waiting for the end of Year 7 to do that, because if I do it now, Year 7 is going to throw everything I say out of whack. So once Year 7 comes underway, we will talk about it. Okay? Awesome. And speaking of For Honor lore, can I just say this? For Honor really doesn't seem to know what it's doing with Horkos. Like, I read a recent piece of lore lately where it said that Astria left some of her fortune from the Ocelotl season with the Wu Lin so that they could do their own thing, and now she's turning her eyes to Valkenheim. I'm kind of like, Astria, what's your goal here? What are you trying to do? She's so confusing, but that's for another video. We'll worry about that later. Next, the Legend series. I want to apologize because a lot of people are wondering where the Nibbles Legend is. I'm having to rewrite it. It is taking time to rewrite it. Please be patient. If you ask me in the comments, where Nibbles, where Nibbles, where Nibbles, trust me, it's only frustrating me more. Please stop asking. I will get to it when I can. But the next legend will be on Tachibana Ichizo, who is my Aramusha. I hope to get that done very soon. I've started the writing process. It's just taking time, so bear with me as we get through that. And then there's For Honor and Glory. Lots of people are wondering where the next chapter is. It is being worked on. I hope to get it out in November. I know you guys are super excited for what's coming up. I'm super excited for what's coming up. It's going to be very, very fun. I've been planning this for a while. It's going to be awesome. And then last but not least is Ultor and Ruth. I have the amazing opportunity to have become friends with Havoc, but more than that, Havoc allowed me to connect with other For Honor YouTubers like, I said YouTubes, I'm tired. It's the congestion in my head, I'm sure. But he's allowed me the opportunity to communicate with folks like A Break and Run, Marco Yolo, Freeze. It's been an awesome opportunity to get to meet these other amazing For Honor content creators. And the opportunity to write a short story with Ultor, who is Havoc's character, and Ruth, who is my Warden character. It's been awesome. I really love it. And I've got a third part planned. I just haven't had the chance to sit down and write it because, again, all the medical stuff and all the crazy stuff that went on last month. Hey, you know what? We'll get to it. I hope to get to it very soon. Just bear with me because, hey, I work 2 other jobs besides this. I work at a Longhorn Steakhouse, and I also work as a substitute teacher. So sometimes things just happen the way they do. But I will be working on it very soon. I hope you guys are excited. All right. Done with For Honor for now. Let's move on to Dead by Daylight. So last month I did quite a few Dead by Daylight videos. I did a couple that I'm just not very proud of. They were just rough videos to work on. And I'll be honest, guys, this month I'm probably going to take a break from Dead by Daylight. I might take a long break from Dead by Daylight. Here's the thing. It's very weird. People like to say that For Honor is an abusive relationship. I feel like Dead by Daylight is more of an abusive relationship because it is just so frustrating sometimes. It is so difficult. I feel like I am just behind as a survivor and as a killer. It's very frustrating. I've been playing a lot of matches as Oni to try to get footage for the Oni video, and it just wore me out. So I'm a little frustrated with Dead by Daylight. I think I need a break from it. But with that being said, it's going well. After I finish up with the Oni, the next survivor is going to be Zarina, and the Deathslinger is the next killer, so that'll be a thing. I'll be real honest, I'm not all that excited. If I remember right, Zarina's lore is mid, and Deathslinger as a killer is so difficult for me to play, but we'll get through it. We will get through it, and I'll make a confession, guys. I'm not that much of a horror guy myself, so it's not like I'm playing this because I'm just a huge fan of horror. It's more I play it because it's a fun competitive game, but if I'm not having fun with it, there's no point touching it, so I'm frustrated with it right now. I need to step back from it, take a break, and then I'll come back to it. Okay? Okay. Assassin's Creed Ranked. Yes, I know. I will finish it. Lark has been teasing me about it for a while. He's been saying, hey, man, do you need me to play Assassin's Creed Valhalla? And I'm like, no, you don't need to play it. I will finish it. I'll get through it, and I will. Give me till the end of the year, guys. I will finish it. I just don't want to. Valhalla's so cringe, but we'll get through it. We will get through it. But speaking of Lark, I've been teasing him too because he's been taking his time with the Van der Linde gang on Red Dead Redemption 2. He's taking his time with it, but he's been playing a lot of other games too. He's been playing Darktide. He's been playing Warhammer, Total War. He's been doing a lot of stuff lately, so bear with him because he's not as connected to the channel as I am. This channel is income for me. It's more of a hobby for him, so bear with him. He'll get it done soon. Plus, Lark has been a little bit sick on and off, so bear with him. He's been in and out of things, so, you know, it's just the age of sickness, guys. You get sick this time of the year, so that's what happens. All right, so with all that out of the way, let's talk about Rainbow Six Cringe and Win. You'll notice I didn't do any videos on it last month, and that's because I was focusing on Dead by Daylight and horror stuff. I don't really care about the Doctor's Curse event in Rainbow Six Siege. It doesn't impress me. It's just excuses to sell more cosmetics. I will say this, though. I do think it's very funny that they just keep repeating the same Halloween event game mode 3 years in a row with Doctor's Curse, whereas For Honor has changed up the Halloween event game mode the last 3 years. I think that's so interesting to note. But regardless of that, I'm not here to compare the two. I'm here to talk about Rainbow Six. Who's the next Cringe and Win? The next win will be Melusi, and then after that will be Jackal. So I'm looking forward to doing those analysis videos. I've gotten a lot of footage from Melusi. I just need to sit down and make the video. I will also say this, for those of you who like those videos, and let's be honest, most of you don't care for them, but I enjoy making them. They're fun for me. They're just long to make. They're difficult because I'm not good at Rainbow Six Siege. I'm not good at first-person shooter games. So playing the game is difficult because it's harder and harder for me to get footage. So bear with me as I work my way through those videos. I like making them because I like exploring story writing and character design and character discussion. So they're fun for me, but I know that they're not y'all's favorite. So hey, you know what? We'll get through it. I'll manage to get through it somehow, some way. Insert a Disney princess song here, you know, like I was just thinking about that Little Mermaid song. God, I'm tired. I need to take some medicine. All right, moving on. I've been asked if I'll talk about my original operators, Paladin, Eden, and Hawk, and yes, I will gladly do a video talking about those if y'all are at all interested. Be more than happy to do that. Just give me some time, okay? Because again, I got a lot of projects to work on. Okay, so with all that out of the way, let's talk about response videos. Y'all seem to really like my response videos, and I'm glad for that. I like making them. They're very entertaining for me. So I'm looking forward to making more, but what I need y'all to do is continue giving me stuff to respond to. What you need to do is go to my Discord, and you need to go to my video topics channel and drop any articles or videos that you think I should respond to there, and I will take a look at them. I can't guarantee I'll respond to all of them because some of them I just have no interest in responding to, but if I get them, I'll take a look and decide if they need to be responded to. I just recently did a response video to this exorcist who just doesn't seem to understand how horror works, and it was pretty cringe. But I don't just respond to theological stuff. I'll just respond to cringe stuff too. So hey, you know what? Send them my way. Be more than happy to take a look at them. And thank you guys so much whenever you do send them. It means a lot to me. And I want to say this, guys, before we start to wrap up. You guys make doing this channel a lot of fun, and I really love doing it. I love working on this channel. Even if I wasn't making money off of this, it would be something that I would love to absolutely do in my spare time, and I love doing it in my spare time. So, with all that said, all that out of the way, I think it's that time again. Do the jingle.
I've seen unspeakable horrors, and I know pain. It's time for the question of the day.
That's right, guys. It's time for the question of the day. And this time, you guys did not disappoint. There are a bunch of questions underneath my post. I loved a lot of them, and I hate that I can't answer all of them, but I really just don't have time to go through each and every single one of them. So what I did was I picked 3 of them, and we will answer those 3 today. Really excited to answer these. So let's go ahead and dive right in. I want to take a look at these questions that y'all sent me. I really, really like them. So the first one that I want to answer is from Harriman7727, favorite Bible passage. My favorite Bible passage is Luke 12:24, which says, "Consider the ravens, they neither sow nor reap, yet God provides them everything they need, and are you not more important than birds?" This is actually special to me because it's my family motto. Someone else asked in the set of questions, why am I called the Raven Knight? Well, that's why. My last name, my IRL last name, means Raven. And so our family motto, and this is true, that you can actually find this on the bottom of our family, on the bottom of our family crest, is Luke 12:24, because it connects to our family. It's a reminder that God provides us everything we need. Like, he even provides everything needed for the birds to live, and aren't we more precious than birds? And it's also special because ravens, at this point in time in the Jewish lexicon, were unclean animals. They are very unlike animals because they're related to death and dirty things. So Jesus is saying God even provides for the dirty ravens. He even provides for ravens. And aren't you more important than ravens? So it's just a reminder. So that is why that is my favorite Bible passage. But thank you for that question. That was a very, very good question. Next question from Carnotasaur Flex 4751. How do you find motivation to write new stories in this age of AI generation? Love the content, by the way. Keep up the great work. Well, thank you for that. How do I find the motivation to write new stories in this age of AI generation? AI generation is a creative tool. I won't pretend like I haven't played with it some. I've found Bing AI Image Creator, and I've been having a ball playing with that. But here's the thing that I always have to remember. AI generation, as cool as it is, cannot create new things. It has to borrow someone else's suggestion or idea and build off of that. It has to create something that someone suggests, and then it has to borrow ideas and create something unique. And quite often, more often than not, it will be filled with flaws. It will be filled with errors. Plus, AI generation can be programmed to not do certain things, or to, like, for example, on the AI Bing Image Creator, I may type in woman walking down the street in the rain, wearing a leather jacket and a white top and jeans, strutting her stuff, looking very happy, that kind of thing. But it'll take 1 or 2 words out of that and assume something inappropriate, and thus the images it creates will be inappropriate, and thus it will block the images, even though the concept itself is not really that bad. So AI has lots of limitations to it. You may not realize it, but it does. So I always try to remind myself that as a writer, I have no limits. I can write whatever I want, however I want, whenever I want. And so that limitlessness gives me a sort of freedom that AI, I just feel like, does not provide. So that is how I approach writing versus AI writing. But another really good question, and I appreciate you asking it. And then the last one that we'll do today, from Joining Bread 8550, the question is, if you could publish one of your stories into a very successful book, would you, and what story would it be? The answer to that question is absolutely. And the answer to which one it would be, that's a good question. I'd love a lot of my stories to be published, but if I had to pick one specifically, it would be a tie between 4 stories. There are 4 that I would really, really like to see get successful. The first is Death's Diary. I've worked on that for a very, very long time, and I do want to publish it again, so I will try to aim for that to be published. The second one is Shogun of Crime. I think that's been a very fun story to work on, and I'd love to see that published. Monster Club is the third one. Monster Club was a very fun project I did when I was in college, so I'd like to see that expanded on and grown. I'd like to see that become a much larger thing, so I would definitely say Monster Club. And then finally, the last one that I would want, I guess, maybe Troy and Frost. That project that I've been doing with Jay, I really have enjoyed that noir-style story, and I think that the relationships and direction of the story have been very fun. So I'd kind of like to see those published. I think that those are all very fun stories. I like stories with kind of a grounded, gritty reality to them. I like stories that really push, So those would be the ones that I would say. But thank you for those questions, and thank you all for your questions. I'm sorry if I didn't get to your question this time. There were just so many, and it was hard to pick them. I had to expand to 3 because there were just some that I really, really liked. And thank you guys again for watching. And of course, thank you guys for supporting me this last month and all the times that you've supported me. It has been a crazy last month. Lots of good, lots of bad, some stuff that we can't help, some stuff that we can. But there is one thing we can always do, guys. We can always walk forward with a healthy, positive, and blessed spirit. You know, the Lord does not give us a spirit of fear. He gives us a spirit of power and joy and strength. Guys, how we live is our determination. So let's walk every day with a determination to be strong, with a determination to be glorious, to lift up ourselves, lift up others, and to lift up God. So guys, as we go into November, we prepare for the Thanksgiving holiday. Think of all the things that you want to be thankful for, guys. Think about all the things that you're thankful for and glad for, and hold on to those things in your heart and mind always. I want to thank everyone for helping me out, especially Hannah and Jay, who offer their art and their support. I want to thank Havoc for being an awesome For Honor buddy and for helping me get this channel larger than it's ever been before. And I want to thank you guys again for always supporting me. All the links that I mentioned before are down in the description. Please feel free to take a look at those. And as always, guys, I will see you in my next video. Take care.